So Marcus, did you go to Nyege Nyege?
Unfortunately, for the first time. Nyege Nyege has been there how many times? 5?
I've lost count.
5 or 6?
Yes.
This is my 3rd time to miss.
We were there together the last time.
The last time, the one before that, the one before.
But this time, both of us did not go.
Did make it. From what I've seen, it was an absolutely Nyege-fied experience.
Nyegelicious.
To them.
To those of you who managed to survive and come back in one piece, we congratulate you.
Kudos to you. So,
well, guys, we're doing Nyege Nyege. Today is the day that the Queen of England is being buried.
What are the words they used to describe her? The patriarch of the Commonwealth.
Patriarch or matriarch?
I don't know what they use. They use many words that just sound a lot of Zoom. Just they like.
Akriak. There was an act there somewhere. But you know, she was actually recognized by Parliament. Her Parliament had a tribute for her.
Our Parliament?
Yes, they had a special sitting for the Queen to recognize her work done as Queen of the Commonwealth,
head of the Commonwealth,
head of the Commonwealth, and Queen for the last 70 years, the longest.
Head of the Commonwealth, I understand its importance. Queen for 70 years. Will they do a moment of silence when our Kabaka dies?
Of course they will. Of course they will.
In the House of Commons.
Oh, them that side?
Them, that's my point.
No, they won't.
You see my point?
No, they won't.
Please.
So why are we doing it?
So I understand why we would do it as the head of the Commonwealth, because we're members of the Commonwealth.
Yes.
But as the longest serving queen, that affects us how? You understand my point? Will they do the same when our Kabaka dies?
No, they won't.
Or when King Oyo dies?
They won't even mention it.
They won't even know. That's my point.
Okay, I want to come back to that in a short while, but let's just take a look at the Queen and what she was able to do. As the Queen and the longest serving Queen for that matter, do you know she visited more than 200 countries and nearly all the different Commonwealth countries in her reign?
She visited them. She visited 200 countries, or she visited them over 200 times?
No. She visited 200 Commonwealth countries.
Oh.
And nearly all of them.
Oh, okay.
Nearly
all of them. Yeah.
Yes. And on top of that, she came to Uganda twice.
In those 2 times, was Museveni still the president?
Well, if the president at the time in 1954 was a relative to...
yes or no?
Okay, in 1954, she came once.
Okay.
Then she came again.
But that's when it was still a colony anyway, so...
Exactly. Then she came again in 2007.
Yeah, for
Chogam.
Yeah.
So...
Okay.
And that time, president of Uganda was the president of Uganda of today.
Of today, yeah.
Yes.
That's
same.
How we roll. Yeah. Okay. I don't know whether it was important that we had to do the moment of recognition and tribute. I don't know.
By Parliament?
Yeah. I'm a bit, I don't know.
Well, you see, you're not the only one, because her death has actually ignited a lot of debate across Africa. A lot of Africans are like, like you just said, now, if our Kabaka dies, is England going to recognize and give us a moment of silence? And many people are saying during her reign, she did not fully address the atrocities committed by the colonizers. By the colonizers, because
you should have had your friend. You know, you guys of opposition, how you behave. Julius Malema of EFF.
Julius Malema, yes.
South Africa.
Economic freedom fighters, whatever they're called. South Africa.
Quite upset. He said that the South African, there was the president, Ramaphosa, said that the South African flag will fly at half-mast. Malema called a press conference
and said, "Stupid!
What nonsense is this? Let us be."
Are you serious?
People must do the right thing when they are still alive, so that when they are dead, their good will follow them. It can't be that you want to become a good person and be praised because you are dead. We must never allow that. We remain a conquered nation, and that conquering comes from our colonizer, led by Britain and the Queen's family. and we must not be ashamed to say we do not mourn the death of a person who supported slavery of our people. We do not mourn a person who died wearing our stolen diamond on her head, because that will be tantamount to celebrating criminals who die in possession of stolen goods. So they must know we are not with them, and we are not even going to shed any crocodile tears. We are not going to be pretentious. And if Cyril has given them condolences, he has done that condolences on behalf of himself and his nose.
Behalf of himself and his nose.
Is that how many Africans feel?
I don't know. According to
Because many heads of state in Africa passed on their condolences to
the Queen
the Queen
and the British royal
and
family
the British royal family.
and the British people.
So, is Malema right in saying, you do it by yourself, but don't represent us as a country, but you're the head of state, so you represent us as a country when you're passing on those condolences? But yet many Africans feel, no, man, the atrocities, the theft that you did, millions of Africans were killed during your reign, and you did nothing about it.
Okay, so in her reign, there were two types of, there was the time when she was a colonizer. Okay.
Yes, because she came in power in 1950 something.
Okay. So an independence was granted under her watch.
In the 60s.
In the 60s. And since then, I would like to think she has helped foster great growth within the Commonwealth countries, and her support has always been there.
Yes.
The support of the British people
in
those Commonwealth countries. So I don't think that you should only concentrate on before, when they were colonizers, and forget about what she has done post liberation, or should I say when everybody got independence. Because that time, I think now is more, if you look at her time. She was queen 70 years.
Yes.
Almost all the countries under her watch have been independent 50 of those years.
Yes.
Most of them got independence 1960s plus.
So
50 of the years in her reign, 50 of the 70 have been while these countries are independent.
Okay.
So why are we going to concentrate on the 20?
Because in those 50, when you gained independence, what else have you done? What else have you done to show solidarity for the crimes that were committed during those 20? What have you done? Right now, European countries are being tasked to return, for example, artifacts stolen during colonial times. Return. What else have you done while in that period of those 50 years? What did you do as the queen to compensate African countries for what happened? It's one thing to grant you independence, yes, and visit us, yes. Oh my God, we're Commonwealth head, Chogam. But what did you do as queen to show your grief?
Okay, I don't know. I don't know the answer. But imagine if the current King Charles was the king at the time of independence. Don't you think we would still be colonized? My point is, wasn't granting independence an act of good faith in itself?
No, they were forced to. It wasn't good faith. They had no choice. If we did not fight, if we did not go to, look at Kenya, the Mau Mau. Look at here, if African countries had not risen up, do you think we'd still be colonized? Yes. But we had to fight for it. It was not, oh my goodness, we're feeling good, we're going to give you guys freedom to run your own countries. No. Okay. Please.
Okay. So he has a point, but those mourning also, I guess, have a right to mourn and condone with the...
Do you condone? Are you sorrow? Because I tweeted, rest in peace. That's all I did, was say, rest in peace. Somebody has died, rest in peace.
Yeah. And you genuinely mean you want her to rest in peace?
I wanted to rest in peace.
Okay.
I wanted to rest in peace.
Okay. I'm indifferent, to be honest. I didn't tweet. I said, the UK people I know, I said, poleni guys. Sorry people, the ones I know who are both British and or live in the UK. I said, guys, I've heard about your queen's passing. Yeah, it's not like I was there. I've heard about your queen's passing. Pole sana. That's what I did.
And the younger generation won't know this, but the older generation understands that this was
We've been through troubled times.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. You told
So now let's talk about the guy who is there.
That's where I was going. You talked about the king. King Charles III.
Yeah.
First son to the deceased.
The Queen.
The Queen.
First boy, yes.
Can he handle this position? It's a serious job.
It is actually.
It's a hard job. It's a 24/7 job. Not only are you king, but you are king.
And I don't know, man. Because he strikes me as... And it's not like I know him or I've seen many things. I mean, I've watched a few documentaries here and there.
He speaks very well.
Of course, all of them have to.
Absolutely,
Yes,
boy.
that's what the one thing they have to do right.
Here.
Posture. So even when he's abusing you, you're really full of rubbish.
No, absolute cocky pock.
The other day he was annoyed because a pen lost ink. Did you see that video?
A pen did what?
A pen ran out of ink. And the man lost his cool. Okay, he didn't run out of ink. The ink started spilling.
He was
writing in a book, something, one of those books where
Yes.
now he's writing, and every occasion he's in, there's cameras always.
Yes.
And they're always rolling.
Okay.
That's, I think, what he forgets.
Yes.
First of all, he got the date wrong.
When you were signing.
When he was signing.
Oh my gosh.
I think we'll start here. The guy said, is today the 13th?
Wrong date.
Wrong date.
Bloody.
Just because of a pen?
So his tendency to explode at the smallest of things, not to act royally,
With royalty. And
royal decorum.
Yes, exactly.
He doesn't have it.
Does-
He has been a royal since day one.
Yeah,
he was born.
but in the kitchen.
In the
He has
kitchen.
not been in the front. He has been back end. Madame was the face. And Madame knew how to react at all times, in all occasions.
But that's just
around.
one incident. That's just one incident. He's got not a lifetime because he's quite old, but he's still got a lot of time to get it right,
To polish.
to polish it.
I don't think he's capable of polishing.
Why?
You see, first of all, I watched a video the other day, and it
Why?
might explain. First of all, this guy. No, actually, let me not say much. Let me play for you a video. Do you mind? Today I've come with videos.
And please don't call him this guy. Call him His Royal Highness.
His Royal Highness.
What is?
Prince of Wales has grown up in such a privileged lifestyle that he doesn't have mechanics to choose for himself anymore. Everything is done for him. His pajamas are pressed every morning. His shoelaces are pressed flat with an iron. The water temperature has to be just tepid and only half full. Prince Charles does have his valet squeeze 1 inch of toothpaste onto his toothbrush every morning. If anyone gets anything wrong, everybody is scolded. On one occasion, he rang me from his library and he said, Paul, a letter from the Queen seems to have fallen into my waste paper bin. Would you pick it out? The waste paper bin was there. He was sat there. I had to bend down into the paper bin and pick out the letter, put it back on his desk. Will that be all, Your Royal Highness?
Wow. So he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
And that phrase we have heard many times, but in this case, that's the understatement of the year. If there is such a thing as being born with a silver spoon in your mouth being an understatement. Because what?
He cannot do anything for himself.
Paul! Could you please pass me that beer? The guy comes from the gate.
Pour the beer in my mouth.
Yeah. Then massage here, so I swallow.
And can you please burp for me? Anyway, he's got big shoes to fill.
Very.
And I don't think he has the capacity to do so.
We pray that he somehow realigns himself, rearranges his priorities, and gets back into, because the people who were running the Queen's program, agenda, everything, are the same people. So hopefully they can beat him into line. We hope anyway.
The question is, you can try to panel beat somebody. You can take a horse to the water, but will the water drink the horse?
Gaetano, you need a refund from your primary school. Ask them to give you your money back.